Good evening, everyone. This is Matt from the Essential Credentials, and I've got a video that has been kind of in the making for a little bit. It's not going to be too crazy long of a video, but it's a heartfelt video, and one that I think as collectors everyone's going to enjoy, because what is the most important thing of this hobby, of what we do? It's, yeah, sure, the cards are really cool to look at. Yes, you pick up cards from your childhood that you never thought you were going to own. Those are both wonderful parts of this hobby. You know, more importantly are the relationships that you form along the way, the friendships that you form along the way. Obviously, I've had the chance to do that with Greg and Alan, who I went to the National with, and so many wonderful collectors that I've met in the community over the last 3 years. But I wanted to do a video about where it all started and to kind of summarize that. When I was 4 years old, my dad showed up in my room and had these starting lineup figurines, and there were these hockey players, and I was like, oh, these kind of cool. So he had one of them in there, and I wish I could remember who it was, of a guy with all these pads on and this really cool mask on. And I said, who are these guys? He said, these are goalies. They stop the puck from going in the net. So we watched a game, and I saw the Penguins play, and they were really good, and he eventually got me a video of them winning. This whole video of the 1991 season where they won the Stanley Cup, and he even put a poster on my wall of the Penguins. And so from there on, I was a Penguins fan and had that poster on my wall, looked at it all the time. So I started collecting after that point, started getting cards, and bless my dad's heart, he would go and stop at the card shops on the way to come see me. After, he'd have to drive an hour and a half to come see me, and he would bring cards with him, and it was so wonderful that he would take the time to do that, and it got me into collecting. So that is where it started for me. That is exactly where. And I wanted to show some examples. I don't have too many, but I've had the chance to pick up a few Tom Barrasso cards along the way. He is my first favorite player of any sport ever. So I just wanted to mention that. It's kind of a big deal. He got me into the sport of hockey, and he's the reason that I love it. And I'm going to end the video with a card that kind of culminates my being a collector and a fan of that sport. So we'll start with just a few. As you know, I love Pacific inserts, and Pacific did a wonderful job of making die-cut inserts. And these are kind of going off of the baseball versions with the baseball glove, but there's a couple that they did that were glove side laser cut inserts, and they look like this. Awesome cards, laser cutting in there. You could see that kind of in the texture. I mean, they did a really nice job with these cards. So there's a couple examples of these, and this is from Crown, I believe Crown Royal, right? 97-98 Crown Royal, the Emerald Parallel. And really pretty cards. Really enjoy that one. These two are from 97-98 Revolution. The Emerald and the Copper Parallels. Really pretty cards. Definitely not cards that I would have been able to get as a kid. Well, by then I was, I was 10, 11, 12 years old. I'd moved on to baseball and Joey Cora and A-Rod, so I missed out on these. This is a really neat one. This is going to remind you of the foul pole net fusion, or In the Cage, and this is actually called In the Cage from 99-2000 Pacific. And this is like the net in the background. It's a really thick card. It goes in the 55 point, which I haven't put it in yet, but just another really unique, cool design. Picked up a couple old cards I know my dad's going to love looking at these. He bought me one of these cards, and I don't know, I remember this. I told him, man, it's such a dumb picture that they have him in. But looking back, we found this card in Beckett, and we went and found it at a card shop from, this is O-Pee-Chee, I believe. This is Tom's. Oh, geez, he had been playing for, many years, 4th or 5th year. So 19 was a 88, 89 O-Pee-Chee. Pretty neat. I'm gonna set that one right here. Holy mackerel, that lighting, huh? There we go. And this came from the same 88, 89 O-Pee-Chee. This was like a mini card. Really neat. They did minis back in these days. Great looking card. Really like that design as well. This is from Pacific Paramount out of 99. This is 98.99 Paramount. This is the Holo Electric. That's what they called it for hockey, Holo Electric Parallel. Kind of neat to see them compare and contrast with baseball. 79, or is it 79 or 99? This is from Aurora. Pretty cool to see how different the set looks like. 98, 99 Aurora. Silver out of 250. Like the kind of etching that they got over here. The design of the player in the background. You can see the Penguins logo there. See it numbered out of 250 on the back. A couple autographs that I have of Tom. I've had these for a very long time. I picked these up in college, and my buddy Tom held on to them for me for many, many years until I got new cases for him. So 98, 96, 97 Upper Deck Be a Player autograph. Of course, on card. Not faded too bad, except right here on the top, but overall, it was in a box for a long time, so I'm pretty sure it came like this. Great picture. I love that he wore the black pads that year, too. Set that over here. And then kind of a basic card, but yes, it is a sticker, but you can barely tell. But it's between the pipes. Tom has a really, really nice autograph, as you will see very, very soon. So I really like that as well. And before I get to the grand finale card, my dad also told me about the first female goaltender to ever make it to the NHL, and she did play in a preseason game. Her name was Magnon Rhéaume, and her cards were like on fire when she first came into the league, onto the scene. I believe this was in 1990. So I have 2 cards of hers, and they're really, really cool. It's from 93 Classic. This is an on-card autograph, obviously, but in silver ink. Even like this base card was $10. So this card back in 93 would have been massive. About $100 probably or more. She was, really, really popular. But the card that really sticks out for me was, I remember seeing this card. This is 1993 Classic Pro Hockey. This is the limited edition, one of 25,000. Doesn't seem like much now. But I remember seeing this card in the case at Mill Creek Sports Cards and telling my dad, this is one of the coolest cards I've ever seen. She's got the black pads. She's got a great custom mask, which goalies stood out for, like Curtis Joseph, Ed Belfour, who had the eagle. Curtis Joseph, his nickname was Cujo, so he had like a wolf on here. But I remember this card just standing out, and I've had this card for quite a while. I picked it up from CUMC a few years back, and yeah, love the way it looks. So let's stick that one right over here. I'm sure you remember that, Dad, vaguely, I hope. But this is the grand finale. I've been a hockey fan ever since. Penguins have always been my team, and there's only 25 of these in existence, and one type of card like this with both autographs on it. And my favorite all-time player in hockey is Tom Barrasso. My other favorite player, who still plays now for the Las Vegas Knights, but won 2 championships, Stanley Cup championships for the Penguins, was Marc-Andre Fleury. So here's Barrasso on the front, on card, not a sticker, and Marc-Andre Fleury, not a sticker, on the back out of 25. How freaking cool is that? My 2 favorite players of all time on the same card. This is my most cherished hockey card. I will never, ever get rid of this. So, I know this is a bit of a change of pace, but I wanted to do this before my big side PC announcement. So, thank you so much for watching, Dad. I love you. Thank you so much for all the inspiration you've given me into collecting. And I will catch everybody soon. Bye.